Hey everyone, Daniel here, and today we are starting a new series called Ad Fontes, which means to the sources. It's a Latin phrase. It was said by a man in history by the name of Erasmus. It was a few decades after the Gutenberg press had been invented, and a lot more people had access to their original religious sources. And so he said, ad fontes. And through that time period of history, people were going back to the sources, and what sparked from that was what's known to us today as the Protestant Reformation. So, interesting time period of history, but we're going to use that theme to go back to the source of Scrum, which is the Scrum Guide 2020. So here's the first sentence, and we're going to go sentence by sentence. We're going to skip a few sections, but for the most part, we're going to look at everything that it says. So here we go. Scrum is a lightweight framework that helps people, teams, and organizations generate value through adaptive solutions for complex problems. And all I want to focus on today is this phrase, lightweight framework, right here, okay? And so what does that mean? Okay, let me draw this quick graph. This is with the help of Nigel Baker, helped me think through this through one of his talks. And so Scrum, and especially the Scrum Guide, is concerned with what is the essential of Scrum, right? Okay, what are the events? What are the artifacts? What are the commitments? What are the accountabilities, right? What's the theory under Scrum? Those are the essentials of Scrum. But this word lightweight, right? Other things can fill it out, can augment it, can fill in the framework in a sense. And those can be good or those can be bad, right? And what's interesting with Scrum, because things can be so context specific, what might be good for one team might be bad for another, or what might be bad for one team might be good for another. And some good practices that go with Scrum are things like Kanban, things like extreme programming if we're doing software development. Some bad things can vary team by team, right? So initially, what might be good for a team might be using story points, but eventually maybe that's not as helpful for them, and it might be more wasteful. And what might be better for them actually is not estimating their work and just refining it as to as small of pieces as they possibly can. So we might get into some of that later, but those are just a few things. But what is Scrum? It's a lightweight framework. And so there are essential pieces to it. Good things can fill it out. Bad things can fill it out. There can be bad Scrum, what some people call zombie Scrum. So we'll probably talk about a few of those points as we go through. But real quick, all you need to know right now, Scrum is a lightweight framework. There are essentials. There are good things that can complement it, and there are bad things that could make it much worse. So looking forward to this journey with you guys, and I'll see you next time.